welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're doing a recap and review of Married at First Sight, Season 12, Episode 4, Romance and Regret, Chris and Paige. So before we jump into this video, if you are new here, hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification. If you like the video, hit that like button and also drop a comment because I do engage with my subscribers. But first, guys, before we jump into this video, I wanted to tell you guys about this great product that was featured on Very Good Mondays by Tabitha Brown, and it's these awesome body butters that's great for dry skin, eczema, and radiation skin. So if you're looking for a non-greasy option that absorbs into the skin, leaving the skin silky and smooth, I use and love the product myself, so go over to myskincarenatural.com. Get sexy smooth skin. They even have a promo right now, buy 2 and get 1 free. I'll leave the link in the description below. Let's jump into this video. Okay, so now we see Paige talking in her cameo how she has dreamt of her wedding since she was a little girl, and the experience is surreal. And also Paige thought that, Chris is really beautiful, well-groomed, and she said that she loved the fact that he is a good-fearing man, and Paige couldn't wait for what's to come. So we see them here in this intimate moment in the bathroom where she's helping him get undressed. However, Chris confessed that his attraction to Paige right off the bat wasn't a 10 because, Paige looks wasn't something that, he is used to dating, I guess. However, he said, I feel God is calling me to this moment, so I'm growing more attracted to her as I talk to her. I do feel that there's a vibe going on, and I'm open to exploring new possibilities. He said that he do like to cuddle, and so we might cuddle tonight for sure, but at a minimum. However, the next morning, she had a very different experience than what we saw maybe from the other brides. I guess Chris apparently took off in the morning and left her feeling alone, confused, and worried. Now, she was told by Chris that he was going downstairs to get breakfast menus, but he's been gone for a couple hours. He left about 10 minutes to 9 and came back around 11. When he returned, Paige, of course, told him how confused that he was going MIA. And Chris apologized and confessed that on the way down to get the menus, he had a panic attack and felt like he needed space to clear his head away from everyone. And he said even at that point, he was still not all the way good. Paige asked him, what's going on? What's troubling you? But he appeared to shut down. He sat on the couch. We saw his hands covering his face. Paige was asking him to look at her and communicate with her. And, she said, we shared vows yesterday and it was with intention and purposes. This is not going to be easy, but I need you to meet me halfway if this is going to work. And of course, we saw, Paige told Chris as, she held his hand. To be perfectly honest with you, he said, I think that on paper, you're everything I need, but I don't have the attraction fully there as of yet. And of course, Paige was shocked because, he formed this opinion only after 12 hours. And Paige had said that, if Chris had said this the night before they kissed and touched, she would have been at peace with his feelings. But they were intimate last night and this morning, she had said, and she was very confused about that. So Paige met with Chris's parents, and she revealed that she and Chris had already hit some bumps in the road and that she was feeling really unnerved and unsettled. Paige hoped to gain some clarity with the family and advice from his loved ones, who were also surprised to hear, Paige already felt lost in the marriage and needed them to fill in the blanks for her. She told them last night, we stayed up to probably 4:30 in the morning, just talking and getting to know each other. We shared a moment And then this morning, again, we shared another moment. He said, on paper, we really do match, but I'm not his typical type. And she also told them, to give myself to someone like that, for that to simply backfire on her, makes her question a lot of different things. And it's more confusing than anything. And Chris's father, Christopher, he actually thought that there was a mutual attraction at the wedding, but, he talked about how he raised a gentleman who was, wasn't trying to be secretive or deceptive about his feelings. And he had applauded the fact that Chris was upfront and honest with his wife, and I would call that being brutally honest. But Christopher, definitely, the father, seemed displeased that his son chose to sleep with Paige, already knowing that, what his standing was on the attraction. And not even that, it was last night and this morning she emphasized, and I just don't have sex with people that I'm not committed to. And then Chris's family told Paige, look, it's great. You're amazing on paper and off paper, and that they have her back going forward. And even Christopher, the father, says, you're my type for a daughter-in-law, before advising Paige, to just ride it out. Chris, of course, when he met with his parents, he later admitted to them that he wasn't initially attracted to Paige, and his father expressed surprise that Chris would actually consummate his marriage under those same conditions by how he felt about attraction. And Chris told them, going in, I wasn't planning on having sex with her, but I felt like maybe having sex with her would bring this closeness to her. Maybe I would generate some type of attraction or connection, but I was wrong. There was nothing there, Chris explained. And I mean, the look on the family's face, was startling. Chris told, of course, the cameras, he felt embarrassed because Paige shouldn't have talked to his parents about sex. Chris felt like Paige was trying to tell on him as if he was a child. But his father did say to him not to hurt Paige because she seemed like she's a wonderful woman. And of course, we saw Chris reply, yes, she is. So I'm glad that he held somewhat accountability on Chris to say, look, that wasn't the right thing to do by just sleeping with her, knowing that you wasn't physically attracted to her. And do not hurt this young lady, which I agree with that. You don't want to go in hurting people. So now it switches over to where we're seeing Chris crying in the hotel room because he wasn't happy that Paige had discussed their sex life with his parents. And Chris told Paige that he felt disrespected and talking about sex wasn't his culture when it comes to speaking with it with his family. He said, with all due respect, I didn't want to have sex coming into yesterday, but I wanted to feel a closeness to you that maybe I would generate some attraction. Whether you think it was wrong or right, it was mutually agreed upon, Chris explained to his wife. Then she also added to it by saying that she told her guy friends about the situation and that they were confused about the idea of a man engaging in sexual activity with a woman he's not physically attracted to, and that's a different situation. And now, he definitely, of course, didn't take that too well. Chris told Paige he didn't feel comfortable about her talking about their sex life to her male friends either, reiterating that their sex life is private to him. And she's like, well, it seems like you have a lot of problems with a lot of different things, Paige snapped back. And, Chris said, I feel like I'm being betrayed here in this marriage. Paige apparently felt disrespected as well. And so right now they're just like oil and water at this point because of, this whole thing with the attraction and what happened the night before. They did step outside in the hallway and there was this back and forth about whether somebody disrespected the other, and he was saying, well, this is something that we agreed upon. It was consensual, So he's trying to also make sure that I didn't force you to do anything. And at the same time, she feels disrespected because how do you sleep with me and you say you wasn't attracted to me? So we now see that she went to get her hair done, and that gave them some time away from each other. When she got back, Chris apologized for how he acted earlier that day. And, I'm going to say it just like he said it. I feel like I came across like an asshole, and I wasn't trying to. I do owe you an apology because I think my attitude was absolutely horrible, and that's not me at all. And Paige was like, honestly, I checked out at that point. But we both committed to this process when we signed up for this, and to just kind of throw it all away to do the issues wouldn't do us, it would be doing us a disservice. Paige told Chris that they owed it to themselves to figure out why they were matched. And Chris ranted and raved about how he's loving and loyal and dope and cool and smooth and charismatic and a charming guy, but you haven't seen that yet, he said. And Paige said, well, I hope to see those qualities in you. And she would also like to show him more of herself. And Paige just hoped that the couple could figure out things together. So each couple was given a gift basket, and of course they got one as well to celebrate their marriage at the honeymoons in Las Vegas. Chris and Paige decided to have a fresh start and, remain optimistic about their romance getting better and stronger during the honeymoon process. Chris told Paige he was looking forward to bonding with her. And he also said, I don't see things getting worse at all. It can't get any worse than what it is. I'm hoping getting away will bring us closer together, give us a fresh start for our lives, Chris explained when he was in his confessional. Then, I just see that there was a shift in energy here. Maybe they can do a fresh start. I mean, one thing about starting point from one end and trying to make progression to the other end, I want to see this through to see if they can make some progress. And if not, then they have to end this thing and go on their separate ways. So we will see. Now, they also asked Chris about the other couples. Chris said that Haley seemed like she was sweet, sophisticated, a nice lady. She felt bad. I mean, he felt bad that she have to put up with Jake, although Jake is a good guy. So, I mean, they kind of shifted the energy in this episode with the two of them. Paige and Chris had a rough first 24 hours. But she envisioned that their relationship would hopefully be getting stronger once they figure out each other's communication styles and agree to be open and honest with each other. And of course, Paige said that she was ready to dive in and find out why Chris was chosen as that one for her. So, that's the thing. A lot of times people start out at one point. I mean, we saw this with season 1 with Jamie. She absolutely, was she was definitely not attracted to him at first, but she gave the process a chance. And, it started off not well at all, but it's where you end up. And that's when we know there's other things coming down the road. I won't talk about those until we get to those episodes. But it's how they're going to deal with these things together, which I'm interested in seeing. And, maybe they can build a bond with each other. I know there are some upcoming hurdles, but the fact that if they're going to try to make progress with each other, I'm definitely here for that, because it's one thing on where you start, it's where you end up. So I'm going to do my post notifications shout out for this episode. If you want to be shout out, comment down in the comment section. I'll shout you out. The first one is Jacqueline Thompson. Thank you so much for engaging in the channel. I really appreciate it. Second is Cindy G. I'm glad you enjoy the reviews. Thank you so much as well for your comment. And last but not least, Michelle. Thank you as well for your comment. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next couples videos, and we will see you soon.